If we haven't met before, I'm Dr. Elena Sherwood. I'm a relationship therapist, retired relationship therapist. I'm a relationship coach now. And so why I easily do the slip up is I was a 35-year couple therapist specialist until I decided to retire. So welcome. I am here because I have not had much time to keep up on my YouTube channel on anything else. I am running a very busy business, but I have so many questions that I'm getting. And I started actually on social media more on a podcast level. So today is my podcast, day one. I'm going to try and get into the habit of it, where this is where I hope to answer as many questions that I've been getting as I can in all the corners of my social media pockets. So obviously I'm on many different platforms, primarily YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. I guess that's not really primary, but I've just listed four of them. So where do I start? The questions that I get, believe it or not, I'm not going to bother reading them all because they all have one thing in common. And it's really all about running from relationships in a way that people don't know they're running. So for example, here's one about we're in couples therapy now, and my wife would like a different therapist because it's getting too intense, or maybe there might be a need to mix things up because there's couples therapists and there's individual therapists. And then I have another one that says my boyfriend would like some space. But then he's talking about a relationship in terms of the past, and yet he says he needs me. And then there's another one that's talking about, actually, my boyfriend wants a break, but he keeps contacting me. So this is just a few of them, but you see the themes here, right? You see the themes of there's a distancing going on here. There's kind of like an avoidance thing of pain or closeness or something. I don't know how to break this to you, but there is no way to love without needing and wanting to do that. All of us are scared. Why? Why would we be so scared of love and being close to someone? Well, all of us have had pain. We've all had painful experiences. Maybe it's been with other relationships before we got to the one we're in. Maybe it's to do with a long, long time ago, deeply rooted in some earlier stuff. Or maybe it's some unresolved things that have happened with the people we're with now. Whatever it is, we carry pain. All of us do. And we don't know we do this, but we actually keep a tally, some kind of imaginary tally, an imaginary list. It's like a running list of all the things that have hurt us and all the ways we've been hurt. So what happens when you get really, really close? It feels uncomfortable. And if you really want to be close to someone, that also means you got to deal with the crap that's getting in the way of making you open your heart fully to receive someone and to be brave enough to approach and get close to this person that's very special to you. I'm really passionate about this. In fact, that's what I wrote in my book, and I'm going to put a link on that in the bottom, but I'm not here to sell my book, but there's a fucking good reason I wrote that. Because after 35 years of doing this stuff, it's all the same. People want to run. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You know the deep hurts that haunt all of us. The things that when we are maybe fatigued and when we're going through a lot of stress and we're not feeling ourselves, some little inkling thing will turn up and some little tiny thing will trigger us into just feeling really crappy again, because this is how it goes. And so, okay, sorry, I'm going to try and read from this. What the hell is she talking about? Oh, so she wrote a book. Yes, I wrote a book. It's called, I'm going to get a copy of it. Oh, God, guys. going to be, is it a reverse for you guys reading it? Anyway, your emotional armor, how to drop it to have a healthy relationship. I'm not here about the book, but I'm here about the reasons I ended up writing the book. All of us are scared. If you really want to love deeply, you're gonna have to deal with the hurts deep inside of you that stop you from loving. That's complicated. For some people, it's deep psychotherapy. That's what it was for me. For some people, it's just finding who they really, really are, the parts of them that they've neglected over time. And just kind of, for some people, it's just simply unbecoming who they become and going on the way to who they really always wanted to be. And for some people, it's rediscovering their lives. Maybe it's the physicality of it. Maybe it's relocation. Maybe it's a new job. Maybe it's in friendships or support systems, whatever it is. Find yourself in the way you need to so you can tap into these pains and resolve them. They're kind of like that rock in your shoe, that something you laced up your boots and you're ready to go, and there's a tiny little grain of something that's annoying enough that you notice it, but not annoying for you to want to unpack your entire hiking boot to get to it and then redo it again. But you gotta. That is my point that I'm trying to make today. If you're afraid while you're in a relationship, that's normal. What I don't want you to do, I guess I should have led with this. What I really don't want you to do is do this tug-of-war push-pull with your partner where you can't decide if you're going to let them in or you're not, because that's where many people end up hurting the people they love. I don't think anybody really intends to be mean, even if it may look that way. But if you're going to hurt someone, you're going to hurt someone. But people hurt other people because that's just what we do. That's just what we do when we're afraid. And if you have someone who's trying to love you deeply and you're scared, good. That's a really good sign. But relationships are grown-up things, and they require for us to display grown-up behavior in them, which isn't this tug-of-war the way toddlers do. So I hope you have found at least a nugget or two helpful here. If you haven't, poke around and find the answers you need. I've got lots in my channel alone and lots in my Instagram. But for gosh sake, stop hurting the people who love you and the people you really want to be with. Thank you.